is 4:02 a.m. right now, and I'm coming off of probably I won't say the worst, but I'm coming off of a very terrible past 36 hours. I can't really remember the last time I had a worse 36 hours, but I was just walking home like maybe 2 hours ago, and on my walk home, I'm listening to Lucky, and I don't know if it's always the lyrical matter or if sometimes it's just the beat selection, but listening to that music really makes you think, like it gets you introspective. And listen, as I'm walking, I'm thinking about just how I've been feeling for the past day and some change. Um, and it's just when things go wrong, and I don't know if I'm the only person who thinks like this, but when things go wrong, I often ask myself like what I did to be in the situation to deserve that. Which like I understand, like I'm able to understand, and I'm aware of the fact that that's not always the right mentality. Um, However, that's kind of just what I default to because you're raised from a young age to be like people in certain circumstances. People in certain circumstances did something to end up there, and sometimes things actually just do be out of your control. For example, for me, bro, my car has had maybe 5 issues in the past 3 weeks. I feel like I can't even enjoy that thing anymore. And it's like you pay insurance, you buy gas, you do all these things, you put literally dump money into the car, and for it to just consistently fail me is just like, bro. And then on top of that, fixing the car isn't cheap, and I'm not doing the greatest financially. I'll say that. Um, and sometimes I feel like I got friends that don't like me. Sometimes, um, and so it's just like when you're feeling like this, and and you have my same mentality where you feel like everything that people go through is the result of another action or something that they did. Like you really ask yourself, like, bro, what did I do to end up this way? Like, what did I do to deserve this? If I even do deserve this. Um, but I understand like it's not the most nuanced way of thinking like that, and it's pretty destructive as well. Um, and all this came from Lucky. Like the songs I was listening to wasn't even related to these thoughts in any way. Um, it also made me think like to some habits that I have when I do get in this mode, like when I do start feeling this way. Um, like I'm not the type of person to really let people in when I'm struggling, and I feel like that's a lot of people as well. But there are like really few people that I even go to if I feel like I'm in like this certain headspace, which is really just my mom and my girl. Um, and even that, like my girl, if she asks me what's wrong, I'll definitely open up and tell her. But when it comes to my mom, I especially don't want to let her into when I'm struggling because I don't want her to feel like she always needs to help me. Like right now, I'm about to be a senior in college. I'm about to graduate. Um, and so I feel like I should already be like an adult to the point where I don't need outside support anymore. I should be able to fend for myself. Um, and every second that I spend fending for myself is a second that I'm being a burden to somebody else. And that's always been a thought that I've had. Like, I've always found myself to feel like a financial burden to people around me who are supposed to be taking care of me, like since I was a kid. But all that to say, I don't like to really let her in when I'm going through stuff like this, or at least when I do let her in, it's to the point where I'm already like overly gone through it. Like to the point where I can't even speak without being brought to tears. And I realize I'm aware of the fact that that is self-destructive. That's not like a good thing, but it's like those habits, like habits that I can't break. And so that's really why I think Lucky brought that out of me though, because he often does speak, like a lot of his songs, he does speak um about his struggles with drug addiction and the effect that his drug addiction has on his mother, and how he feels like he always can't let her into those things. But also how he can't break that destructive habit. So I think it like I think just that silent walk after midnight, nothing in my ears but like Lucky, and that lyrical matter um made me draw parallels to some of my own destructive patterns and how I deal with those in my life. Um Normally I'm using this channel to talk about sports and stuff. Um Also, sorry for the mic quality in the last video. I don't know if it's gonna be better in this one. Um but yeah, normally I talk about sports, but I just felt like venting about this. I'm probably just gonna use this channel just to talk about whatever, honestly. Like I was thinking about talking about like Liverpool because they were just in New York today. But I'm just trying to get more comfortable in front of a camera, especially just speaking. I have no script, just talking. But yeah, so that's good. That's this video. Next video, I don't know what I'll talk about. I'll probably talk about Liverpool. I'm probably gonna talk football. Um, but yeah, if you can relate at all um, to any of the stuff, to the lucky stuff, to the destructive habit stuff, let me know if anybody watches this. Peace.